That looked like a good fish. Big fish of the day. He's hooked good. Let's get in here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Do you struggle to find cold wintertime crappie? If so, stay tuned, and I'm going to walk you through how I eliminate water to find fish. All right, folks, we just pulled up to the first spot of the day. So when I launched a few minutes ago, the water up the north part of the lake was super muddy, and I knew right away I was gonna have to find some cleaner water. Got a fish following right here. This time of year, I try not to fish cold, muddy water if I can avoid it. There's no way of getting away from cold water. Temp is 37 degrees almost right now, but a cold, muddy water is pretty tough. So I came to the main lake, found some better water, and found some fish. Now let's just see if they're gonna bite. They're pretty lethargic this morning. Got a couple followers. He's gonna follow on with the boat. All right. So that was a 2-inch bait. Let's throw in a little hair jig here and see if they want that any better. Like a few fish holding right here. And drop right down in the middle of it. Got one following. There he is. Took him long enough. Not a bad fish. That's easy, 11 and a half. I'm gonna keep a few today. I've got a buddy that's wanting to do a little Christmas fish fry, so I told him I'd fix them up. All right, so that's a good sign. He was aggressive, and with 37-degree water temperature, I didn't really expect him to be that aggressive. There's a few more on it. Let's drop in there again. All right, I'm gonna reel that bait right over top of him, open the bail, let it fall straight down. I have found that you'll get a better reaction bite out of these crappie if you'll let it drop on them instead of them seeing it coming from a ways away. Got one on me, just won't commit. All right, I've had a couple followers in a row. So I'm going to try to stack everything in my favor. I'm going to put a little bait pop on it. If that doesn't help, I'm going to try another profile, another color, and just see if there's something they prefer. Never felt that fish. I just saw it on the screen. It's another good fish. So this may be a situation where a little bit of bait pop actually worked. I made 3 or 4 casts in a row with the same jig at the same spot, and then I put some bait pop on and he committed. So I don't always think scent is a must, but if the bite's a little bit finicky, you know, conditions call for it. If it's a little bit too stained or muddy, if they're cold and lethargic, I like to stack everything in my favor. If nothing else, it gives me a little bit of confidence, and that is key. You have to have confidence in what you're throwing. Comes another one. All right, looks like a few fish holding right here. Let's see what happens. I overcast it by a little bit, so I'll just reel it up to my target, let it drop straight down. I'm gonna trace this top edge first. Got one's attention. He's coming. And he got it. Another one of those soft wintertime bites that I never felt, but I saw it happen on the screen. And that's a 12-inch white crappie. I think Willow approves. So as I've said in another instructional video of mine, and this time of year it is super important, but when you're casting in these crappie, keep that rod tip up. You need all the sensitivity traveling through that blank that you can possibly get. And if your tip is down, you're losing a lot of that through the eyelets, just straight into your reel. Here comes another one. Keep it moving. Take it from him. Don't let it drop. That's all you can do is keep taking it. He may not hit it, but I promise you he will not hit it if you let it slow down. Here's another one here. He's on the move. That's probably the most common mistake I see in my guide services. Just getting it in people's mind that they should not slow down and give that bait to the fish. You have to take it from them. Feels like pretty good fish right there. Solid 12-inch fish. A big suspended fish right under the boat here. Dangle in his face and see what happens. He's reacting, so I'm gonna start taking it from him. There he is. It looked a lot bigger on the screen, but he's a solid 12-inch. A lot of times those singled roaming fish like that, just sitting off by themselves, are really aggressive. So if you ever see that, make sure you make a drop on them. Some of the biggest fish I've ever caught are just sitting out there by themselves like that. All right, so we've made our way towards the dam, trying to find some cleaner, little clearer water. You can catch fish in that muddy water, but the strike zone is so small, you just have to dangle in their face. But I'm trying to find a few fish that I can cast to that can see the bait. A ton of fish sitting right here on the bottom. Normally I don't have to fish this deep. These fish are in 16 to 24 foot. All right, another tip for locating wintertime crappie. We've already eliminated the muddy water. So typically I will try to start fishing for shallower fish first, and if that doesn't pan out, I'm going to go after the deep ones, and that is what we're doing right now. looked like a good fish. Big fish of the day. He's hooked good. Let's get in here. All right. 13-inch fish there. Looked like another good fish. Another 13-inch fish. Like a few fish holding off this little break right here. Let's just drop in and see. Comes one. There it is. Looks like a solid fish. That was a nice keeper, but we've already got our 20 pack in the live well, so now I'm just out checking some new wintertime spots. So this is another typical area that I would check when I'm trying to find wintertime crappie, is deeper ledges. If you'll check the mapping and the contour of your lake, try to find where the lines are real close together, and that will tell you that it drops off pretty steep. And that seems to be another really good winter, just kind of a point that holds fish all winter long. Gonna drop in there again. There's still a few hanging here. That was 3 casts, 3 fish. I see another one looking at it. I'm gonna start taking it away. Come on. He thought about it too long. All right, folks, another great day on the water. I've got my 20 pack in the box. No big fish today. Had a few that were about 13 inches, but no 14, 15 like I've been catching. So let's recap how you find these wintertime fish. As soon as I put in this morning, I put in up north and the water was pure mud and 38 degrees. So I knew right then that wasn't a good combination. Came out towards the main lake, out towards the dam area, and the water cleared up quite a bit. Still murky, but way better water clarity and a few degrees warmer as well. So I pulled up to my first couple spots. I always like to check shallow spots first. Caught a few fish. I'm not seeing big numbers of fish in the shallows, but caught a few. Pulled up to a channel bend that was sitting about 20 to 25 foot deep, and it was loaded with fish. Big fish, small fish. So played there for a little while, caught several fish. Checked a few channel breaks, some ledges. They were holding fish as well. But you got to cover water and see where they are. That's why they call it fishing. You may think you're going to catch them shallow one day or deep the next, but the fish will tell you where they are if you pay attention. Hair jigs today seem to do the trick. I threw a couple 2-inch baits, and they just didn't want it. They wanted something subtle. Had a few aggressive bites, but most of my fish were almost vertical jigging, or just letting it swing slowly through the strike zone. Like I said, the water's upper 30s now, low 40s, and they're just not real aggressive. All right, well, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two today about wintertime crappie fishing. And as always, keep it real right here on Real Pursuit Fishing.